Welcome back in Divine Masculines. Welcome. Welcome to your weekly check-in, Divine Masculines. I want to tap into your heart space. Valentine's Day is tomorrow. So I'm wanting to see what you're feeling right now. The channeled song that I got as I was getting prepared to do your message, Divine Masculine, is called Power Trip by J. Cole. And all I kept hearing is, would you believe me if I said I'm in love? So I feel like Divine Masculine, there's somebody that you are thinking about heavily or that is heavily thinking about you, and somebody is in love. So let's tap in, Divine Masculine. Let's start with some letters and see who is in your energy this Valentine's Day holiday. Say we have A, S, G, V, the letter Y. Okay. Have the letter H. Somebody's definitely in heavy contemplation. The letter Q, the letter F, the letter O. Okay. Somebody has something to say. Somebody wants to save a relationship as well. The letter C. Somebody with the letter C, somebody's head spinning. Z, the letter N, the letter T, the letter H, the letter L, the letter P, the letter T again. Yeah, truth. Somebody's stressed out about a connection. Yep, somebody has some pent up frustration. Somebody's sleeping in a tent. Somebody's going camping maybe, or want to take someone camping. Okay, one more roll for you guys, Divine Masculines. Let's see who's in your energy for Valentine's Day. Who are you thinking about or thinking about you? The letter S, the letter W, the letter H, the letter P, the letter M, the letter E, the letter B, the letter Z, the letter J. And exclamation point sideways to me is somebody's not sure if they should tell somebody the truth about something. Ways. GPS. Somebody's on their way to somebody's house. Okay, let's get you some numbers. Let's see. Numbers. 4, 5, 6. Somebody's ready to move forward in a connection. Yeah. Somebody's ready to shout it from the mountaintops how much they love somebody. I feel like somebody's been holding back a lot of energy. Somebody's ready for a new beginning. January, April, May, and June energy out here. 33. Yes. 11. 311. 311. What's that song by that group? It's called Amber. They have a song called Amber, and they have a song called Love Song. Yeah, somebody is in love right now. Divine Masculines. Okay. So Divine Masculines, I'm going to take a look at what happened with your heart space with the person on your mind, or the person that's heavily thinking about you right now, because it could be vice versa. Because maybe you're single and you're not really thinking about anybody from your past, but you could be thinking about somebody from your past. So flip it where it goes. But I want to start with the past, then do the present, and then kind of a future outcome. And I just want to see what's happening with your heart space. So let's start with what happened in your heart space from a past energy. Okay. So have guidance, forgiveness. One more, please. Or past energy for my Divine Masculines. Okay. So what I'm seeing in your past energy, Divine Masculine, I feel like in the past you had feelings of unworthiness, not feeling good enough for your Divine Feminine, or for the person that you could still be thinking about heavily right now that is a Divine Feminine. This person is an Empress energy. This person is successful. they are taking care of business. And I feel like in the past, when you were connected to this person, if you are not now, because this is giving me separation, I feel like you didn't feel good enough at the time. You didn't feel like you deserved this divine feminine. You didn't even feel like you really deserved love, attention, or respect from this divine feminine. I feel like in the past, you had to learn how to forgive yourself. This is what I'm getting. And I feel like you obtained some guidance from somebody important in your life, divine masculine, that was able to give you a different perspective. I feel like this person was able to give you a different perspective about you. I feel like you have been surrounded by a lot of people in your life who made you feel as if your value only was dependent upon what you had to offer them. And I feel like you ran into a divine feminine in your past who actually genuinely loved you, was in love with you. Somebody was in love or is still in love with the other person. But divine masculine, you didn't feel worthy at the time. And I feel like you have gone through some type of healing in your past where you have learned how to forgive yourself, forgive others. And you are also hoping that this divine feminine is also going to be able to forgive you. I feel like you are praying for this. And this could be your present energy, but we'll take a look at what's next from the present moment. But in the past, I feel like once you begin to receive guidance, heal within self, because you started to get guidance. I don't know if you became more spiritual, if you're religious, maybe there's somebody who's like a mentor to you that really actually gave you good advice. Because I feel like you were probably surrounded by a lot of people for a long time that never actually gave you the truth, that never actually gave you good advice about self-esteem and how important that is in your divine masculine role. And I feel like it's because there has been a lot of trauma from your past, that has kind of kept you in this feeling of unworthiness that always went unaddressed. But with your guidance, either from your higher self, your spirit, family, or friends, or anybody with some level of wisdom, I feel like you actually learned forgiveness. And this was hard for you because it meant accepting those hurt parts of your heart. Maybe you masked those feelings a lot in the past. You covered it up with laughter, with jokes. You never wanted people to truly see you. But I feel like you ran into someone who actually saw you. And this is why you actually didn't feel worthy. You never had anybody to come into your life to make you truly look at your heart space, someone to truly mirror what you actually were missing. This person could be a twin flame. Wow. Okay. All right, divine masculine. Let's see what's going on in the present moment in your heart space, divine masculine. Because, like I said, somebody either was in love, is going to be in love, because I just kept hearing that part from the song by J. Cole. Would you believe me if I said I'm in love? Baby, I want you to want. Oh my gosh, spirit. Yes, twin flame. Wow. Wow. This was a twin flame connection with trust issues. Wow. So in the present moment, there is a lot going on, divine masculine, in your life right now. Wow. Okay. So the present moment, divine masculine, you have realized that this divine feminine from your past is your twin flame. I mean, it being the first card that came out in the present moment, Spirit wanted me to understand and make sure that you saw, yes, this is a realization that you've had. This is the person who is your mirrored soul, your reflection. This is the person who has helped you and pushed you into growth. This is somebody you feel so intense when you are around and passionate. And I believe that when you had these feelings here in the past, because you didn't know how to return the energy to the divine feminine, you felt unworthy. I feel like it also terrified you that you had such intense feelings for this particular person. So, in the present moment, now that you have this realization, I feel like you are in a current connection, a current marriage where there is so many trust issues, because I feel like now you are doing the comparison with how your connection with your divine feminine was in the past and where you are presently. And with your trust issues, again, that's coming from a lot of your childhood wounds where you're afraid to be hurt. So you don't trust yourself. You find ways not to trust people. You are insecure. And again, you could be in a current marriage where this is how you're feeling. Or if this is current energy and this is regarding your divine feminine, this is what you want, but you know that you have trust issues. So, how I'm also getting this divine masculine is you realize who your twin flame is. You realize that you actually want to scream to the mountaintop how much you are in love with this divine feminine. You want a long-term commitment with this divine feminine. I feel like this is something that you dream about, daydream about, think about constantly, how life would be with your divine feminine, with your counterpart. But at the same time, what is keeping a wedge between you being with them and making this a long-term connection is the trust issues that you have. So even though you've received guidance, you've grown spiritually, you've grown within self, there is still some healing that you feel in the present moment that you need. And that is so brave of you to be willing to honor that, accept that. That is telling me that you are truly in the process of healing because you understand what is going to keep you from being together with your counterpart. A lot of people never come to that realization, understand divine masculine. So the fact that you even acknowledge that what is keeping a wedge between the person that you know is your person and you being in a connection with them is your own trust issues, that is actually such a beautiful thing. Because now that you've acknowledged it, you can continue to work on it. Okay. All right. That's our present moment, divine masculine. You are in love. Wow. Okay. Let's see. What's the future outcome of this situation, Spirit? What's the future outcome of this situation with my divine masculine and their counterpart? What's the future outcome? Wow. What's the future? Wow. Wow. Look at that. Wow. Divine masculine, you are in love. What I'm getting from the future outcome for you, divine masculine, is you understand that your counterpart, this person, is a past life soulmate. And you understand that you have had to work through karmic lessons. And you understand this is the process that you are in right now. But you also understand that in order to bridge the gap from your past to your present, in order to have a successful future outcome with this person so that you feel complete, you are going to have to find courage to speak, to say something, to tell this person exactly what you are feeling, what you've gone through, and you're going to have to come strictly from your heart space. And I know this is going to be something difficult because of the trust issues, because you've given your heart in the past to people who constantly broke your heart, stepped on it, to the point where you became numb and you pretty much were was over anything pertaining to love because you feel like it really didn't exist. People used it as a tool of manipulation. And because people use this as a tool of manipulation in your life, it became what you use as a manipulative tool in dealing with other people. This is the karmic lesson that you are still learning. You are still going through your healing process as well, but in the future, you have an opportunity truly to feel complete in your heart space. Again, probably for the first time in a very long time. Very long time. If you can find the courage to continue to heal, but acknowledge your shortcomings, where you went wrong, where you made that wrong turn. If you want to have love that's unconditional, that's unselfish, with no limitations with your person, you're going to have to find that courage. Psych yourself up to make a move towards this divine feminine. As I always say to people, yeah, my right ear is ringing. That is facts. That is the truth. Closed mouths don't get fed. And time doesn't wait for anybody either. Divine masculine. But when I tell you this is so beautiful, because again, so many people get stuck and they are not able to fulfill their desires of their heart. And it has nothing to do with physical desires, even though that's even better when the heart space is involved, but that's another message. But the fact that you are acknowledging where you understand you fell short, where you understand you self-sabotaged the connection in the past, this is going to allow you to find the courage to move forward. If this is truly your divine masculine, your divine feminine or your divine masculine, flip it where it goes, stand on it. Find that courage, divine masculine, to approach your divine feminine and say what you need to say. So let me clarify the past, present, and the future with one more card here for my divine masculines. Give me one more clarifier, Spirit, for the past. Yeah. You were in denial about your feelings towards this divine feminine in the past. And it was how you protected yourself. It was a defense mechanism because of the feelings of unworthiness that you had, divine masculine. So you refused to accept the truth of your heart, even though you felt it with every fiber of your being. You were not going to allow that to be your truth because you were not able to handle the emotions that came along with it. So you pushed it away, and your divine feminine. Present. Clarifier, please, Spirit, for present moment. You got some third parties in your energy. There are people right now in your life, divine masculine, obviously, that you are aware of, that is actively trying to disrupt or negatively influence you to keep you away from moving towards your divine feminine. If you have been going through this process and receiving guidance and tapping into your higher self, you are aware of this now. Maybe in the past you did not understand the influences around you and how hard people worked to keep you distracted, to make you feel insecure about what your heart has always known, to the depths of your soul. And now that people are realizing that you are still in love, that you still want to pursue this connection with this divine feminine, people are trying everything to keep you distracted. This could be romantic partners. This could be friends. This could even be family, even your own parents, your own mama. Flip it where it goes. A third party is just a distraction. to keep you stuck, to keep you exactly where you are. And maybe this is one of the lessons that you have learned, have been enlightened about, Divine Masculine. Okay, clarifier for future for my Divine Masculine, please. Give me one clarifier. You still have doubts. Yes, of course you do, Divine Masculine. That's why you're going to need to have courage, right? Of course. With every decision that you made in the past, including low self-esteem, okay? That's why it's going to take courage in the very near future for you to speak up, to be accountable for your past actions or inactions towards your divine feminine. But this is not about you choosing to be courageous just because you want the outcome to be what you want it to be. This is about you continuing to heal, open up your heart space, choose better connections, people in your life, walking away from things that no longer serve you, because at the end of the day, the goal is for you to feel complete with yourself. Being with your divine feminine is just a bonus. But this is about divine masculine, you feeling complete as a divine masculine. Stepping back into your power. See, once you've felt complete within, love can't help but to be attracted towards you. Because now that is the energy and the vibration that you are sitting in consistently on a daily basis, with no third party able to distract you from how you feel about you. See, that's the key here. When you have the courage to feel complete, when you stop doubting who you are, that energy is felt from your divine feminine side. Love can now come towards you. So that conversation that you need to have, even if it's just about truth, even if it's just an apology, it is the next step to you feeling complete, divine masculine. This is not about losses anymore. This is not about whether you're going to have someone in your life or not anymore. See, love can come towards you because you now love you. And this is what was missing. This is what the third party energy for a very long time for some of you always made you doubt the love for yourself, for who you are, for your talents, for your abilities, for your intelligence, for your beauty, your handsomeness. The constant nitpicking at everything about you made you question you. So of course you were not in the past bold enough and felt worthy enough to be connected to a divine feminine who is secure in who they are, who is powerful, who is nurturing, who is going to give you love that they feel you deserve. But see, if you don't even feel you deserve it, then you're going to reject it every time. You have to be complete with you. So of course, doubt is going to be there until you take that step. That's the only way that you're actually going to know. And if you're dealing with a divine feminine, even if this does not turn into a romantic connection or a long-term marriage, even if this becomes just where you guys can actually be in each other's lives on the same page, you know how beautiful that is, that growth, that connection. And who knows, the future, it may turn into something else. But if nothing else, to have the courage enough to say to that divine feminine how you feel, the weight that is going to be lifted off of your shoulder is unmatched, divine masculine. What's going on with your heart space, divine masculine? Let me look at your heartstrings for my divine masculines. Yeah, I know that's what you want. the altar, the rebuilding of what was lost in this connection. What else from your heart space, divine masculine? Wow. You see how that flew out? I'm always drawn to your heart's light, and how it flew out over here towards the twin flame card. This is an energy you are so connected to, even in your separation. The energy has never been destroyed, but the separation was necessary due to all of the self-sabotage, due to the third parties. What else? I can't carry this love alone. You feel this love so heavy in your heart. And I feel like you always have. Whoever you are that I'm connecting to, that love has always been there. I don't care how much you've tried to cover it up. Will you believe me if I said I'm in love? Baby, I want you to want me. Is the feeling that you've always had, divine masculine, about your divine feminine. Wow. Let light fill spaces once occupied by sorrow. You want the light of this divine feminine to come into your heart space and fill you up. I'm learning to open my heart once more. Exactly. This is where that courage is going to have to come in. You're going to have to find that courage, divine masculine, to open up that heart space. Let some air in that heart space. It's been closed up for so long. It needs to breathe. It's ready to breathe. It's ready to breathe life back into you, divine masculine. And you are choosing healing over hurt. This is where your empowerment is going to come from. Keep choosing healing over being hurt. Beautiful. I feel like you need some music oracles, divine masculine. I just keep hearing this music. Oh, wow. I couldn't even shuffle, and then this flew out. The song is called Unleash the Dragon by Cisco. Activation. Wow. Heart space activated, divine masculine. It's time to move. It's time to take action. Wow. Literally, I couldn't even shuffle. Yeah. See, the people in your life that have been keeping you stuck have been opportunists, divine masculine. No scrubs by TLC. No more scrubs. No more third parties. No more scrubs. No more people coming into your life, divine masculine, taking you for granted, taking advantage of you, taking your money, your time, and not giving back to you. No more opportunists. What else? Yeah, because you're broken. Just Give Me a Reason by Pink. Broken. Right from the start, you were a thief. You stole my heart, and I, your willing victim, I let you see the parts of me that weren't all that pretty. And with every touch, you fixed them. Now you've been talking in your sleep. Things you never say to me. Tell me that you've had enough of our love, our love. Just give me a reason. Just a little bit's enough. Just a second. We're not broken, just bent, and we can learn to love again. It's in the stars. It's been written in the scars on our hearts. We're not broken, just bent. We can learn to love again. What I'm getting from this one is that you have somebody who's not willing to let you go. So for some of you guys, you're dealing with somebody who you no longer want to be with. And it's apparent to them, but they're trying to convince you that you guys aren't broken. The relationship isn't broken, and you know that it is. This could be a marriage. This is just be a, boyfriend, girlfriend relationship, but somebody's connection is broken and they don't want to let go. And again, it's because they know that they won't benefit anymore from you, divine masculine, because it's time for you to reconnect with your twin flame, your mirror. It's out here twice now. I can't make this up. Mirrors by Justin Timberlake. Beautiful song. I absolutely love this song. Even the extended version, that's like 8 minutes. It's such a beautiful song. This is your person, divine masculine. Wow. And this person on the bottom of the deck is a healer. Maria, Maria. She remind me of a West Side Story. Yep, your person is a healer, divine masculine. And this person who you are possibly connected to or trying to get away from, this third party energy, if this is romantic, they realize the connection between the two of you is broken. They realize that where you are going is towards somebody who is going to actually help heal your heart space. That's not going to take you for granted. That's not going to make you feel belittled, unworthy. What are the love messages from your future divine feminine, divine masculine? What are the messages from your future divine feminine? Wow. Wow. I promise. I love you. Sounds like what you want to say to your divine feminine, divine masculine. What else? Look at that. Okay. Perfect pair, two of a kind, soulmates, twin flame. Third time is out. I'm done. That's it. See, yeah. Ears ringing, cards coming out. Some of you guys have been trying to write this divine feminine a letter, but you've been so afraid to send. It's time to find your courage. Divine masculine. You got to find your courage here. You got to find your courage. Wow. Divine masculine. There's no more time for self-doubt here. It's time for you to take action. Your heart has always known. And maybe life has taken you off-road, distractions, third parties. It's time for you to reroute. It seems like you already started to reroute even from your past energy here. But there's still some doubt. There's still some healing, right? There's still some trust issues because of the connections that you've been dealing with. There's been no reason for you to trust. But I don't feel like you ever had trust issues with this divine feminine. It's time to reroute. It's time to go find your own heart first, divine masculine, so that you can open it up toward your divine feminine. That is what I have for you this week. I hope you have an amazing, loving day tomorrow, divine masculine. Choose to have an amazing and loving day, because I feel like you are in love. So whether you are with this divine feminine or not, this Valentine's Day season, it's time to take action. It's time to shoot for the stars. It's time to follow your heart space. So by the next holiday, you can start utilizing that complete, unconditional love. Until next time, divine masculines. Bye.